Hi. I'm going to talk to you now about the Keirsey Temperament Sorter, which is a questionnaire on personality style. And I'm going to give you a bit of background before you take that inventory. The Keirsey Temperament Sorter was developed by David Keirsey. He, in turn, had worked with a prior test that was developed by Myers-Briggs in the 1950s. And the Myers-Briggs test, some of you may have heard of, and that's often used by industry even today to identify leadership styles and so on. But the way that that test was originally developed was through the work of Carl Jung. Jung had identified 16 different archetypes, or personality styles, if you will. And that was a bit novel because in the years around that time, people thought that people's personalities were basically all the same. So this was a bit of a challenge to that. The Myers-Briggs test is a longer test, and the Keirsey Temperament Sorter is a sort of shortened version, but linked to the same thing. In the end, you end up with a score in each of 2 different domains. And you can read about that later, but it's introvert, extrovert, sensate, intuitive, thinking, feeling, and judging and perceiving. When you take the test, you're going to get a score in each of those areas. You will probably have some in all the areas, but you'll have a preference or a higher score in some of them. For example, you might have 40% in thinking and 60% in feeling, or you might have 60% in extrovert and 40% in introvert. So you end up with this combination of scores, but you end up with a preference or a predominant score, and you will see when you take the test that you end up with 4 different temperaments, if you will. And out of those 4 different temperaments, then there were some indicators of what that personality style is, and the rest of this module will teach you about that.